Hello dear students, this is the video in which we will talk about the endoplasmic reticulum, which is very important cell organelle of eukaryotic cell. Now this endoplasmic reticulum, in this diagram you can see there are two types, rough and smooth type. So the endoplasmic reticulum on which ribosomes are present, it is rough type of endoplasmic reticulum, and in which there are no ribosomes present, in that case it is smooth type of endoplasmic reticulum. And this endoplasmic reticulum is closely associated with the nucleus. So this endoplasmic reticulum is nothing but a network like structure which is made up of cavities, vesicles and tubules, and it is distributed throughout the cytoplasm. This endoplasmic reticulum acts as a cytoskeleton of the cell. It is absent in eggs, embryonic cells, RBC and some bacteria. This endoplasmic reticulum has three parts or three components present. It is cisternae, vesicles and tubules. The first is cisternae. So this cisternae is the long, flattened, unbranched sac-like structure and measures about 40 to 50 microns in diameter. And these cisternae have ribosomes on it in case of rough endoplasmic reticulum and absent in smooth type of endoplasmic reticulum. Next component is vesicles. These are rounded or ovoid structures found abundant in pancreatic cells. So these are rounded or ovoid structures found in the endoplasmic reticulum. And the last one is tubule. These tubules are smooth walled and highly branched tubular spaces having diverse forms. So there are different forms you can see in different cells, but basically they are smooth walled and highly branched tubular spaces. This endoplasmic reticulum is classified into two types, granular or rough endoplasmic reticulum, and the second type is agranular or smooth endoplasmic reticulum. The first type, in which the ribosomes are present, that is granular or rough endoplasmic reticulum. These have spherical granular structures called ribosomes on the surface. This occurs in cells which are actively engaged in protein synthesis. So this is very important point. Wherever the cells are actively secreting proteins, or the cells which need to be involved in the protein synthesis process, in those cases or in that type of cells, these endoplasmic reticulum possesses the ribosomes on it, and therefore it appears like a granular or rough and so called granular or rough endoplasmic reticulum. The example of this type is liver cells, goblet cells, pancreatic cells and plasma cells. The second type is agranular or smooth endoplasmic reticulum. So ribosomes, wherever they are absent on the surface of the of the endoplasmic reticulum, they appear smooth, and therefore they are called as agranular or smooth endoplasmic reticulum. These are found in cells which are not that much active in protein synthesis. So basic difference in these two is presence and absence of granules, and secondly the activity of the cells in protein synthesis and inactive in protein synthesis. Now let's talk about the functions of endoplasmic reticulum. So the first function of the endoplasmic reticulum is giving support to the cell, mechanical support to the cell. So this endoplasmic reticulum gives mechanical support to the cells and hence also called as cytoskeleton of the cell. The second is import and export of substances. This endoplasmic reticulum is involved in exchanging the substances like proteins, lipids and enzymes. The next function is they are acting as a factories of protein synthesis, because these ribosomes are actually involved in the process of protein synthesis, and therefore they are factories of protein synthesis. Next is endoplasmic reticulum is also synthesizing cholesterol in testes, in other glands like ovary, then adrenal cortex. Smooth endoplasmic reticulum plays major role in synthesis of steroid hormones. Then it is also involved in the detoxification of chemicals and drugs. So it removes chemicals and drugs or other pollutants, metabolic waste products such as fatty acids, bile salts, steroids are also detoxified by smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Next is the next function is it also helps in the glycogenolysis. Glycogenolysis is the process in which glycogen is lysed or broken down into glucose molecules, and these glucose molecules further are utilized for the bodily activities. So this helps in the breakdown of glycogen. And the last function of endoplasmic reticulum is it stores calcium in muscles. So sarcoplasmic reticulum, which is the sarcoplasmic reticulum which is present in the muscles, it stores the calcium, and it releases it at the time of muscle contraction. So these all are the different functions, important functions of endoplasmic reticulum. I hope you understand this topic well. So thank you.